with Steph's Rock Show. The next guest is a very successful entrepreneur and maybe the last time you purchased a DVD, Joe Francis. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Stephanie. It's been a long time.
Yeah, so I
Too
think it's
long.
been 11 years. I saw you with Paris Hilton in a club in LA.
Maybe that was like 20 years ago.
I
Oh my!
maybe, yeah, it
I don't
feels
want to
like that.
age us. I don't
I
want to
know.
age us. But now,
No.
when you wrote me and told me you were a mother, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Everyone, and I'm a dad. Everyone's changed. We've
I
all
know. I want to
grown
catch
up.
up. So when I saw you with Paris, we were all fun. We didn't have kids. Everything was silly. What has happened in your life in the last like 15 years? Catch me
Well,
up.
I had two beautiful 9-year-old girls about 9 years ago. Really been a dedicated father, and eventually in all of that time, and I have left. I left the Girls Gone Wild business in about 8 years ago now, maybe almost 10 years ago, which is great for me. And semi-retired in Punta Mita, Mexico.
Well, congratulations. Mexico
Thank
is
you.
beautiful. I met
It's
you in
so beautiful.
Mexico in Cancun
For
yesterday,
the
we'll just say.
wait, for the first time, did we?
The first time I met you in Cancun,
Tell me.
um, there was a big party. It was a foam party. It was so fun. And someone said the Crater Girls Gone Wild. And mind you guys, this is 2004. So those infomercials kept us up at night. That was like the coolest thing was Girls Gone Wild. I'll be honest. I mean, people can knock it as much as they want. It was a successful business that did well. So me and my girlfriend ran over to you and your friend and at your table, and you guys were really nice. We had a blast. Like I said, bumped into you in LA a couple more times in Tahoe, but so long ago.
Yeah, it's
I'm like completely.
too many years.
So, can I ask you? This is like a question I don't know, and I don't know if a lot of my listeners know. How did you first meet the Kardashians and get to be friends with them?
I became friends with Courtney first through one of her friends, and then started dating her. And then I started meeting and becoming friends with the family through dating Courtney.
No
Yeah,
way. You dated Kourtney Kardashian? I didn't know this.
yeah. I mean, I introduced Courtney to Scott.
What? You
Yeah,
can get credit for those beautiful babies. That's
yeah. Well, Chris
amazing.
did. Chris Jenner did give me and Scott's 30th birthday speech credit for those beautiful babies. That was the only thing.
I mean, before everyone knew the Kardashians, you were friends with them and hanging out with them
uh,
and taking them on your planes, right?
correct. Correct.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And has anyone been coming down to Mexico and visiting, or are you a little bit like doing
Yeah.
your own thing? Okay.
All the
Cool.
time. All the time. But I mean, you got to figure they're all busy moms. I mean,
Yeah.
they're busy girls and they
We
have
all
their
have
own
kids
life.
now. We're all
But they have like 12 each, they have like 10.
that's
Like
insane.
a billion.
And
Yeah.
oh, another random question because he just passed away. We were talking about it on the show the other day. Have you ever hung out with OJ Simpson or met him?
I met him twice, both scary. Um,
No way. Why scary?
well, because one time it was like right after the murder trial, and I was living in Brentwood, and he had got out, and I was just like at the gas station, I was just like the only other guy, and I'm like, oh my god, is this guy gonna kill me? Like,
Yeah, he could get away with
like,
it.
yeah, I mean, and get away with it.
You have a look like you would hang out with Kato Caitlin and be friends. Like you
No,
guys know.
I
Okay.
no, I look, I've met Cato. Cato's harmless. I have met him, and he's a nice guy, honestly. And I have friends that are friends with Cato, so I have nothing bad to say about Cato Kalen. I don't really know the guy, honestly. So I mean, and that was so before even my time, our time, Stephanie. Like
Yeah.
that was, I mean, that whole
Well, we're
era.
25 right now, so,
Yeah, we're 25, so that was a long time
Yeah, yeah.
ago.
So, how did you start Girls Gone Wild? Like, how did the idea come about? How did you get it off the ground?
Well, the idea came because I was producing other videos that were very similar, and then I took that and grew that into um, girls. What became Girls Gone Wild, and I named Girls Gone Wild, and began running the commercials and infomercials like we were for the other products we were selling on television, and set up my own studio.
That's
created my own
awesome.
studio at a very young age. I mean, we had 500 employees. It was a very crazy time of my life.
Yeah, I bet. That's cool though. And then did you go to college prior to doing that?
I did. I went to University of Southern California, USC, and got my degree in business and entrepreneur program and minored in film and television. So really, exactly what I ended up doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go to USC if you wanna film naked chicks. I would do that. I'd sign me up. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying it's a guarantee.
Or no, if you want
Um,
to own a company that does. Remember, I didn't film anybody. Those
you're right.
the guys actually filming, I don't think went to USC.
No, no, they were hired guns on the side.
Yeah.
Um, so and then you've got a documentary in the works that you guys are planning?
Yes, we do. I can't say much about it, and I'll come back on at some point when I
Okay.
can. And yeah, it's a documentary of my life, with some very big people and partners, and um, it will be incredibly interesting. And when I have more information, when I'm allowed to share more information, I will with you
Yeah, come back on the
and your
podcast. We'd love
listeners.
to hear.
I would love
Because
to.
you've had extreme highs and extreme lows. You've
Oh
had
yeah,
a lot in your life go on that most people have never been close to experiencing.
yes,
That's crazy. So, can I get into the sore subject, but something I don't know anything about? Like, your daughters are literally kidnapped right now.
yeah. My daughters, I have not seen or spoken to in 3 years.
I'm
So
sorry.
yeah, I'm devastated.
So, you
Obviously,
know they're in Oklahoma, is that
yeah,
but you
I
can't get
know
them
that.
back to Mexico?
Yeah, it's ridiculous because the law is supposed to be the same, and it's hopefully it comes to some sort of conclusion very soon, because it's harmful to them, to
Yeah.
not have a dad. And I have a great relationship with my daughters and a great family relationship. So
Do you
to
get to
me,
talk to them on the phone?
my ex does not let me speak with them at all. Yeah.
I'm so
And
sorry.
and
That's kind of
I actually have full custody. I mean, they have websites, there's abbywilson.com, athenafrancis.com, and alexandriafrancis.com. And all those websites have all the documents. If you wanted to go down the rabbit hole and read all about it, it's a pretty crazy story. But yeah,
that is
it's
insane.
really traumatic, because it affects two innocent little girls who have nothing to do with any disagreements I may have with their mother. So
Yeah, every girl needs their dad, and I really hope that this situation gets solved as soon as possible and you can get back in contact with your daughters, 'cause that's
thank
not
you.
okay.
Yeah, it's not.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
it's
are you dating anyone out in Mexico right now? What's going on with your life right now?
yeah. I was dating someone. Now I'm dating around, single, dating a few
Nice.
people, but would
Way cool.
prefer to stay a little more single.
Yeah. I think you go through waves in life, at first it's like, "Oh, I wanna get married and settle down," and then the older you get, you're like, "God, I do really good by myself too. I don't know if I want a teammate." I've
Yeah.
gone back and forth on that.
And you've been married for how long?
Well, I've been divorced for 6 years. I was married for 3 years.
Oh,
So,
okay. So
divorced longer. I like doing my own thing. I really like to beat to my own drum. I don't
yeah.
think marriage is for me.
Yeah,
It's not
marriage
yeah.
definitely isn't for me. But being in relationships, I like being in relationships, being able to travel with people and have somebody there. That's
And
always
share
cool.
experiences. Yeah. No,
Absolutely.
I like to date like a dog. Like, I adopt it for a little bit, I take it out, we hang out, and then I can put it back or, like, give it
Yeah.
away. It's bad.
You're like
So
Paris. Give it away.
really? Oh, no, that's bad. And thank you, by the way, I got to meet her because she was at your table, and I'd wanted to do that
Oh,
since The Simple Life, back in the day, so that was awesome.
awesome. I'm really happy that I was able to do that for you.
So what's next? What's, like, a project you wanna do next or anything you're working on?
Well, I'm working on this documentary, obviously, and we're working on bringing my kids home, which is occupying quite a bit of my time. And yeah, you know, there will be the next chapter of Joe Francis, and stay tuned.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming by the show. We wish you the best of luck, and we definitely want to catch up more when you've got the documentary coming out and finding out the information and details.
Thank you, Steph. It was so good to see you again.
It was so good catching up with you.
So great catching up. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.